RIB live in the building with Sunny Boy. How the thing go, bro?
Feeling great. You feeling marvelous, ecstatic. Thank God for life. Thank God for bringing me here, bro. It's been a minute. But hey, it's your boy, Sunny Boy, and you rocking with Top Rank TV. You dig?
You done know. All right, so 2021, 2020 was a rough year for everybody.
Yeah.
So how you managed to cope with everything that was going on?
Well, honestly, from the pandemic hit, it been nothing but hell. I could be real. That's where I kind of saw myself was on top of the mountain and then straight down the hill, but at the same time too, it showed me a lot, I had to come out the spotlight for a minute and, kind of really look at my peers around me and stuff like that, kind of sort of see who there for me and who ain't there for me. And most of all, spending more quality time with my son. He's 5 years old right now, so he's getting bigger, but it wasn't easy. Everybody got their story, but, we trying to move on from the past, So now it's present and it's future. We talking big aspiration, big dreams, and big things, Yeah.
I'm glad to see that positive outlook. So what's some of the aspirations and big things you got coming up in the future?
Well, first of all, we got hell a lot of new music. We got that new music for you dig? On top of that, if you look behind me, I actually at home right now. This is my man cave, as I like to call it, But this is where I get away from the world and work on music and try to perfect my craft way more better than it could ever be. It's always room for improvement.
I agree with that 100%. So in perfecting your craft, what are some of the things that has taught you?
Well, firstly, knowing that, it's always room for improvement. First of all, you could be the best of the best, but, it's all about delivery. It's all about being persistent. And first of all, believing in yourself before anybody else could believe in you. And that's most important thing right there. You dig?
So was that always your mindset, or did you develop that as you started to perfect your craft?
Well, yeah, as I started to perfect my craft, everything ain't gonna hit you in one day, and it can be like a lot of times where you have to buck your toe, where you fall on, but, it's almost like being perfect, In order for you to be perfect, you gotta know how it feels to be unperfect, So it's just like that, You learn as you go, but you have to be the person as yourself, as an individual, to say, you know what? Hey, I feel like that downtime was showing me what I need to do better. And once you consider to yourself, you move on and you try to do better. You dig?
All right. I like the wisdom that you're speaking with. So
Yeah.
I see you got your whole team in the building, right?
Yeah.
So shout out to the whole squad.
Shout out to my whole squad. Eventually you can see them at the end of the tape, you dig? But these true supporters of me. Without them, Sunny Boy wouldn't be Sunny Boy, So I give all respect to them. I love them so much. Everybody that been rocking with me, all my fans out there, all my real supporters, I just want to thank you so much, for believing in me, believing in my dream and everything else like that.
So how do you identify a real supporter?
Well, they come in many ways, but it's like this. A real supporter could be that person that could give you constructive criticism, right? But with that constructive criticism comes help, comes support. You can't just tell me, hey, you should do this and you should do that and this how you should try to be and this what you should look out for, but not show me direct how to do this and how to do better, That's the thing with us Bohemians now. We always quick to say, hey, you should have do this like this, or you should have do that like that, or hey, I have your back, but are you really showing me by actions that you have my back? Or are you really showing me the right way to go with actions and stuff like that? So I feel like with no actions, everybody could do the moat. But with no actions, I feel like it's a dud. I feel like it's a dud straight across the back. Yeah.
Cool. I agree with you too. So back to the music for a minute.
Yes, sir.
What's the next single you got coming out of the, I don't know what you call your studio yet, but out of the Sunny Boy studio?
Yes, sir. Well, today I'm going to be doing my first music video in almost a year. It's been a long time, but hey, good things come to those who wait. That's a real saying. But the song what I about to do is called Humble Beast, you know. It's just really me just, you know, going off of anger and just talking about my lifestyle and certain things about my lifestyle. But at the same time too, you know, it's a humble side of me and there's the beast. When you cross that humble side, then the beast come out. But one thing I learned in the struggle and one thing I learned from being a beast is that a humble man tastes the grace of God. And that's word to the wise. Yeah.
Real indeed. All right, so describe to me what a humble beast is exactly.
Well, a humble beast is firstly Sonny Boy, right? But at the same time too, it's just, you know, someone who just came up in a hostile environment, who knows the way of being hostile and nothing and everything bad, right? But at the same time too, when you was born, you wasn't born that type of way. You was born filled with spirit, innocent, and everything else like that. So when I say humble beast, first thing that comes to mind is someone who could be rough and rugged, but know how to be nice, know how to treat people, know how to talk to people, you know? And with that being said, it's just, you know, I'm always going to be the nice guy. My demeanor is nice, but underneath, I got a lion ready to take your life, you know? And I mean that with all the most positive thinking, you know, and everything else like that.
All right, so you say to be a humble beast come from a hostile environment. So how were you able to overcome that hostile environment to get here today?
Well, honestly, I must say, it wasn't easy, but my son has been a big impact on my life. He has been tremendous to me, and everything about me changed. You know, this one guy told me, you know, I see the way you move now, and I see, you know, like you loose like a goose, right? But then when your son come, you're gonna start to see life so different, and you start to think different, move different, act different, and everything about you can be different. I know I didn't thought it was true, but hey, when he came, that's what happened to me. You know, it was like I had a new life. I have something to live for now, and everything else like that. So
what are some of the specific things that you saw that changed about yourself?
well, firstly, I have a real bad ass temper. Bad. To this day, I still do. But now, I learn how to control it because when you got a little pit bull for a son, trust me, it's like, you know, and then it's like, you come around a lot of hostile people, for example, like my father. He is very raw about everything that he says. He don't beat around the bush and he don't sugarcoat it. And I always used to talk to myself like, Daddy, like, why you gotta talk to me so rough and stuff like that? But because the world rough, you know, and stuff like that. So it's like, through everything, you know, it's like, one day it just, you know, it just stick with you. And then you have your parents, you know, your parents try to teach you right from wrong and everything else like that. So, you know, like they teaching you more for the future. I never know that all of these things would end up sticking with me later on down in life. Now I'm settled. Now I'm like really easygoing. But, you know, it's up for you to wake up the beast in me, you know, and when that beast wake up, it's like all hell break loose and we don't want to talk about the bad. It's all about positive thinking, positive outcome, and that's how I try to keep on pursuing it. They say the tongue is powerful, so therefore I talk positive. I try to make myself positive because that's what I trying to be, like I said, you know?
All right, so all things considered, describe your future to me, Sonny Boy.
Well, my future, I see myself right now as I close my eyes. I see myself in a nice suit. I see myself as a business person. Not only a business person, but I did so many wrong in my community and amongst other communities to the point now I feel like the need to give back. Not as in vanity things, but the need to show people that, hey, it's okay to be normal, you know? That's what we need to tell the young youths out there now. It's okay to be normal.
What is normal?
Normal is, hey, let me get a 9-to-5 job. Let me work for everything that I feel that I deserve and I want and I desire. You know, let me take the long way. It's easy to do the easy things and getting the money the fast way. It's easy to do that. But for you to work a job for months upon months, to save and to get to do everything that you say you want to do, that's I feel like that's being normal. Being normal as in you could avoid a situation. You don't have to worry about your demeanor or your persona. You could avoid that situation because you already know in your heart that if it was to ever get to a bad situation, you can deal with it right away. But right, no problem, no problem. Yeah, but just saying like like through everything is just yeah, being normal is just a part of life, and because music and everything that's being perfected out there, like, hey, this is how you have to be if you're a rapper, or this is how you have to be coming from a hostile environment. It's okay to be the regular guy. It's okay to be just the person that's just trying to make ends meet.
So how much do you feel like person's ego play a part in their downfall?
Um, I feel like if I had to rate it like out of 100%, I'd say like 80% of the chances is more like, yeah, the ego always can play out because that's what you stand for. So, for example, if I say I Sonny Boy, I from Nassau Village, I used to gang bang, I used to hurt people, I used to do anything that comes to mind and anything that I see my fellow mates doing, right? And then now I in a different environment. Because of my ego, I already feel like, oh, these guys over here, they ain't got no match for me. They ain't ready for what I into. They ain't ready for where I come from. So automatically you gonna have that demeanor because of where you come from and everything else like that. I hope that answered the question. But
Yeah, you answer. So you mentioned you was doing some wrong in society, some wrong in the community.
Yeah.
So how have you repaired your debt to society, so to speak? How have you, or you say you wanted to give back?
Give back,
So
yeah.
what are some of the ways that you plan to give back and have given back, considering the things you used to do in the community?
Okay, well, how I have give back already was I remember this one time I was in the hood and right there in Nassau Village and these group of little biker boys on their bicycles, they pull up in front of the house and they just started doing this chant where they was like, bikes up, guns down, bikes up, guns down. People don't know, but when you go on YouTube and actually pull up Sunny Boy, Bikes Up, Guns Down and watch the video, I have an intro to it. But that intro actually happened in real life. I just played it back out to do the music video. And when I saw that, back then when we was on our bikes, we probably was screaming guns up and stuff like that. So therefore, it's like, you want to give the kids something to look forward to and something to feel proud about. And me doing that song alone, that made the whole hood saw me as a mentor, saw me as somebody that's actually trying to do something positive towards the community. Because coming out of Nassau Village, you can always have a bad name. They always try to put this stigma on you, whereas like you automatically bad and nothing about bad, right? So therefore, I had to show them that, hey, there's some of us out here that really just want to put the guns down. We don't want to use the guns. I ain't saying you shouldn't have one. You should always have one for protection, right? But, it's like it's some of us that actually interested in telling the kids and showing the kids that, hey, I'd rather y'all be on y'all bikes, popping them up and down, than putting guns in y'all hands, shooting it at each other. You dig? So that's like real talk right there, though.
Right, 100%, 100%. So considering that you trying to be that person for the youth now to lead them to a positive path, who were some of those people that you looked up to as a youth that could have possibly steered you on a positive path?
On a positive path. Well, first of all, I just want to make a shout out to my cousin Garfield. Garfield, he was one of the first guys, like that's big cuz right there. He did so much when it comes to music, and I saw him and he was bigger than me, stronger than me. He had all the girls. He could have rap. He could have flow. I always used to look up to music, but to saw my cousin doing that, it meant so much to me. So I just had to follow it next. I just want to shout out my cousin Willis. Yeah, Lil Willis. He just been there. He was like my best friend through everything. When sometimes I feel like I couldn't count on my boys, he just was there. And he was the one to say, "Wait, I going on the job. I going to go work. Oh, I gonna make this money. That's how I could get this car. That's how I could get this woman. That's how I could get this apartment and do this for my child and do this for them." So, I saw him. And then next of all, when it comes to music, I just wanna make a special shout out to this guy named Mucho Fari. You know, without Mucho Fari, I feel like I wouldn't have been born in the music, you know. This guy, Mucho Fari, I was with this group called PMG. Shout out Two Time, shout out Gombe, shout out Ryan, shout out the whole gang, Savage Kid, Kale. Yeah, just shout out the whole gang, PMG, Paradise Music Group. But we was a group. Mucho Fari, he gave me my first ever performance. You could go on my Facebook, on my fan page, Sunny Boy, and actually look for my first performance. And I just remember being so nervous and so caught up of the people there, you know. And the last words what he told me before I went on stage was, bro, it in you. You just gotta bring it out. You look them in your eye, and they eye, and you show them what you gotta prove, you know. So shout out Mucho Fari, shout out Two Time, shout out Gombe. They've been my real day one supporters, especially when it comes to the music.
So how you feel now? You still nervous when you perform?
Hell no. Sorry to say it like that, but this Sunny Boy we talking about, you dig? I got that stage presence, bro. When I perform, I see it as greatness, bro. I feel like I am making history. You dig? As a matter of fact, I am history in the making. And I feel like as a young man in a society, you have to speak it before it come in. You dig? And I rest my case right there.
All right, well, Sunny Boy, you know, we can link up more times. Appreciate you letting me come through.
Yeah.
Find out how you doing after the pandemic.
Yes,
see what's going on.
That, by the way.
For sure.
Yeah.
To see what's going on with you.
Yeah.
To see what you got coming up next. So we promoting the Humble Beast.
Humble Beast.
Remind them one more
Next.
time. So where they can find that online, bro, and where they can find you online.
Well, that's going to be posted on all major platforms. As a matter of fact, all of my fan pages, everything from Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, everything is going to be updated. So, as a matter of fact, too, when you spelling my name, it's SUNNYBOY. That was how Sunny Boy was spelled. But now you got to put the emphasis on the boy. So, I can need you to put BWOY when you spelling Sunny Boy. Because I ain't named Sunny Boy. I named Sunny Boy. You dig? And that's how I go. You rocking with Top Rank TV.
Enough said. We out.